Welcome back, everybody. And today we have a huge announcement from Raid Shadow Legends with these upcoming quality of life features. Now, I myself obviously haven't been playing as long as some of you, but I know that some of these I have been annoyed with since I've been playing full time. And I know you guys have been asking for these changes for literally years. So I'm just going to go over and talk about some of the changes and what I think is going to happen and how I feel about them. So now for the tavern improvements, we have epic champion empowerment, which is huge. We have artifact presets, we have accessory filters, we have artifact removal booster item, which is interesting. And then we have the Hydra Clash participation rewards. Now I'm gonna go over to, shout out to Reddit for always having everything we need. I'm gonna go over and read some of these before I go through them. Now for the tavern improvements, a champion filter. When I tell you, there's so many times that I've gone through my normal champion to be like, do I have this champion? Oh, he's in my vault. And then let me take him out of my vault. Now let me go into the tavern. Now let me scroll all the way down to find him. Oh, let me sort it by faction or by level or whatever the case just to find him. And it's so annoying. But at least now the champion filter will be better. Apart from a few extras that allow you to upgrade champions who are currently placed in either one of the vaults, which is nice. So pretty much it looks like it's going to work as the same champion filter for the champion filter in the tavern, which is amazing. So champion ascension will become quicker thanks to a little slider that lets you choose which ascension level you will want to do instead of manually tapping it. That's pretty great. So instead of just clicking, I mean, these are little quality of life, but I think it's pretty good. Instead of, clicking ascend once, then clicking it twice, 3 times. If you have enough of the resources to ascend it all the way to level 6, you can just press one button, max ascend to level 6. So pretty great. Same slider for upgrade skills tab, which is pretty great. Allows you to use skill tomes. I'm assuming the same champion. So I wonder if you have 4 skill tomes, right, and 2 Kales, will it use the Kales as well, or do you have to click those individually? Something I would like to say, but no more manually tapping the tomes. You just get to max them. Super easy. Upgrading champion level will be easier as well with the instant upgrade by simply tapping the checkbox your champion. It will display nothing but common and uncommon rarity champions. For sacrifices, no worries. You can manually remove specific champions, blah, blah, blah. But this change will definitely, so I think this is going to make leveling up a million times easier for the champion training. So if you have, let's say, a bunch of 5 stars ready to go, a bunch of 4 stars that just need to be ascended to 5 stars, this is going to make champion training events a million times easier. No more going in, click. Okay, ascend, going in, click. Now you can just click them. Hit the max ascend or max level up, and then it will pull in the common uncommons. Now, I do wish this was a little different, but I get that they don't want people to accidentally feed their rares, their epics, their legendaries. So it's a small buff. I wish they changed that a little bit, but again, or like give you a prompt that you can make go away. But for the most part, better than what it was. Another thing that will be improved is upgrading champion rank. The instant rank button will allow you to automatically fill the rank requirements for one or even several champions. That's interesting. For several champions. So you can upgrade multiple champions at the same time using whatever resources you have. Thus, you'll be able to rank up all of your champions in just a few taps, considering you have enough food, of course. That's interesting. And again, that makes it a million times easier. You'd be like, oh, I need to train these 4 champions up. Click all 4, throw all the pots you have or whatever the case may be, and you're good to go. Really good quality of life buff there. Built in to set priorities, limitations for each rank, like prioritize chickens as a rank up fodder for rank 5s, while setting rare champions as preferred food for champions of rank 4 for the upgrade. Okay, so this actually talks about what I was just talking about, that you can actually just set it to use rare champions or chickens, etc. Pretty good. I think it's really good. You can also go beyond and forbid the game to use champions and gears. Upgraded skills as food, even if they match other criteria. So I think most of that's really good. Now let's go back to the map and continue to talk. So we went over the tavern improvements. Now, the epic champion empowerment is going to be huge. I feel like for the most part, if your faction wars were maxed out, you never use those extra epics. But now thinking of like Phoenix, and I was talking to my clan Discord about this, Finax or Maneater, Ugo, like some just really good epics. An epic +4 Finax may be better than a legendary that is not +1 or multiple legendaries. So I think this is going to change a lot of things in the game. It's going to really help people. The first person I can think of is Crystal. Crystal does a free to play run. She did the Hell Hades challenge. She's still putting out videos, but she was unlucky and did not pull a lot of legendaries, but she did get some epics. Now having duplicative epics can help accounts like that aren't getting the super lucky 1% chance and having to go through so many stones. So I think this is a really big quality of life. I really like it. We went over the artifact presets. I'm pretty okay with that. That's fine. I think finally having accessory filters more than what we have is awesome. So now we'll be able to actually do a little bit better of a job going through and filtering our accessories to see what we want to sell, what we don't want to sell. So now we're going to talk about the artifact removal booster item. I like this and I don't like this at the same time. They should just give us free gear removal. Now they've been doing it, I think once a month. They've been doing it way more often than I've seen them ever do it. But at the end of the day, it's like, just make it changing for free. Now, will this booster item lower the silver cost, or is it going to give you free gear removal? Like, we don't know which one it's going to do. I think they are trying to get to a better situation, but silver is like the main and only currency of Raid. And it would be extremely difficult for them to make a tweak and just make gear removal free. That would just kind of make silver almost useless. You would just have a crazy amount besides upgrading gear. But they could just lower the cost of the cost for removing gear from champions. Like, there are times where I'm re-gearing champions and it costs 1 million silver to re-gear a champion, which is that's insane just to take off and move a couple pieces around depending on what I'm trying to do. And then if you want to move it back, that's another million. And it's just a super weird situation. So I'm really curious to see what this artifact removal booster does. Now for the Hydra clan participation rewards, I think what they're going to do, and so I'm going to bring my raid in over here, and then we're going to go to the Hydra. Now, what I think they want to do is for this Hydra Clash. We are in first place. Shout out to the Beanie Teens. But for me personally, I think my best that I've done on Hydra is about 38 mil. And that took multiple attempts. But getting first place and getting third place, why are they the same for every tier? That means if your clan barely gets in third place, everyone's pushing as much damage as they can, and you get 23 million total or 70 million total, right? Which is 48 mil of this is from this one person, right? So all these other people that are putting in all this work for Hydra get none of these rewards. And it kind of makes it, why even do it? You're not getting any extra rewards. You're not getting any benefit for doing that. So maybe they leave first place with this type of thing, and then they move down, third place to be 10 mil, and then, 100 mil for the number one chest. I think that's where they're kind of going for this, because outside of this, if you're not hitting 35 mil, Hydra Clash means nothing to you, which kind of makes it super only accessible to a very select amount of people that can do that type of damage. If you're a free-to-play player or you don't have the right champions, you just can't do it. And that kind of makes it shitty. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. I'm sorry. I know, don't use cuss words. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, look at Kurzot doing 72 mil on hard. I can only do, 38 mil. So I'm in third place on my team. And it's like, I'm barely getting one of these chests. And these chests are good, but they're not like game changing. Like, maybe you get some decent gear. This mythic tomb for most people mean nothing. Maybe you get a prism shard, but these rewards are once a week. The Mithrala shards are good, but for the most part, like, I just feel like these are really bad if you can't hit 35 mil. So I'm assuming that that's what this change is going to be. And I think it's a really, really good change. I know they also have mentioned that there's more to come, quality of life changes. So I think Raid is listening to the community and starting to make the game better. Now, I was watching Hell Hades and he was getting a little annoyed because Fateless was going to use a lot of these options, but at least Raid is kind of moving in a better direction. But for the most part, that's all I have today. Let me know your thoughts on what you think the new quality of life changes. Outside of these, what would you guys like to see? And before I end it, because I always forget, we're on a road to 500 subscribers. We are 65 away. So instead of asking you guys to subscribe, I'm going to play you on rock, paper, scissors. If I win, you subscribe. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I threw scissors. Let me know down below if I beat you. Join the Discord. I love you all, you beautiful people. But that's all I have for you today. But as always, until next time, guys, Senpai out.